And guys, it blew my mind to learn the really in-depth stuff y'all are doing on the owner finance, the subdividing, the tips that I gained from that one call. Literally, bro, literally, I'm not even lying. I went back to my Zoom calls with my students. The gist of it was, guys, we need to add a 0 to the size of our deals, not the number of deals. So we went from an average $200,000 deal to an average $2 million deal by simply saying, let's concentrate on 100-acre plus pieces of land. Which here in Texas, I knew that was possible, but after learning what y'all were doing, I thought, oh, there's a huge demand for this. So once we changed and started looking at 100-acre plus parcels of land, we immediately put a 2,000-acre ranch under contract. A student of mine, we get a 2,000-acre ranch under contract. You consult with me on it. You gator lend for us on it. And we make $300,000 gross assignment fee to split between
that's so nuts.
All of us, and we all make a ton of money. And Jacob gets himself, the student changes his life and his young family's life, sets him on a new course to where he's, not bound to his 9 to 5. He's able to start a new career in real estate at a very young age, mid-20s or so. And these stories keep happening over and over again with my students. Ivan Pena, who we just shot a video with, he was sitting right here.
I think he's still around here somewhere.
Yeah, he picked up a check yesterday for that Poteet deal that we did together. And it's just funny because I had sent out that Poteet deal to someone else, and I thought it was a different buyer, and they come back around and they're like, well, Anthony Gaona of Hive Mind's funding this deal. And I was like, Anthony's everywhere. Like, what is going on with this?
Where is he not?
Yeah, I can't beat this guy. I must join him. No, and so there I was going, all right, I think I need to, talk more to this Anthony feller. So basically now we brought in, half a dozen big deals in the last few months. You've pretty much maybe moved all but one of them. The one you didn't move was probably a marsh somewhere in East Texas. I don't know. But anyway, it's been a pleasure working with you. And now Rooster has been joining up to do a little mentorship education me and Anthony are going to offer. And we think we're going to do some big things there.
Yeah, man, I seen what you did, and you kind of put your own spin on it, right? And I really love that vibe that you guys have and the energy that you bring. I think we were focusing more heavily on the subdividing, right, and more like technical side of it. And you focused. The only part you grasped was like offer half or something.
Yeah,
and
like
so now
offer half and wholesale that sucker quick.
I love it, dude. Yeah. So y'all was like we're planning for like kind of a long play, right? In most cases, and you just went to the super fast spot.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect combination, and it's cool that somebody can see what you're doing and understand it, and then put their own twist on it, and then take off in that direction. So that was awesome, dude.
It's here's the thing, like, acquisitions is my strong suit. That's what I train. If you're coming to our land mastery mentorship, you're going to get brought up from the ground up if you need that type of training, right? I have new students making $50,000 and $100,000 on their first deal, and that's where we're going to get you. But not only that, we have students coming in that they've done some deals and they've got some money, and we're able to take them right into some multi-million-dollar land deals with us, aren't we?
So I think that's what we're finding, and this is what I'm really loving about the high ticket, and it's cool because it was super intentional, right? You have the new guys that come in and they don't have capital, but they have time. We love you too, right? Yeah. But there's some high level people coming in now that can drop 25,000 or 50,000 or 100,000.
Yeah.
And those guys, they're ready to put into a deal. So where if you came in, you have no capital, right? But you have time. You're pounding the phones, you're hanging up the signs, put your signs up.
Put them up.
And, you start from the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And of course, like you said, you can get a big jump, 100 grand plus in your first deal.
Yeah.
But these higher level guys that are coming in, they're a little bit more well capitalized.
Yeah.
They don't need to start from the bottom. Like they're like, oh, how do I set up my marketing systems? And I'm like, well, you can call Sam Bart, right?
Yeah.
Or
Right.
you could just go right into a deal with us. They're like, yeah, I'm not going to be sitting pounding no phones. Like, let me just throw
Right.
into a deal. So we have guys that coming in with 500, 100, 200, ready to go into a deal hot. So I think that is the shortcut.
Yeah.
It is a shortcut. It's for a certain type of person.
It's absolutely a shortcut. And in most cases, the shortcut isn't the way, but you've paved the way and you've built the foundation. And so if you can understand the power of partnering with a hive mind, you can understand what I understand and why I partnered with them is because the platform's been built, the network has been seeded and sowed. You guys have put in 3 years of work here in based in San Antonio, but growing this thing in Texas. You've got the CRM, the virtual assistants, the dispositions team to help us with our deals, right? So coming into the hive mind is not just a mentorship or a program, it's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. Guys, we meet here regularly. We mastermind together. We support each other. We help comp each other's deals. We dispose of each other's deals. We bring investors to the table. I have not had to raise money since I met Anthony. Because Anthony's like, bro, stop raising money. I've got all this money, okay?
And
I've got this, right? We need, come on, right? And that's effectively what we've done by partnering. You're concentrating on your strengths, and I'm concentrating on my strengths. The reason that my strengths are acquisition is because I made such horrible choices for so many years of my life. Okay, I'm really a comeback story. All right, because I spent 10, 20 years in a state of depression and anxiety and quiet desperation as a man that felt like he wasn't able to support his family, take care of my aging parents. After my father died, my mother needed my help. There was things that I needed to do as a man. And because I had so much responsibility on me, I had dug myself into a hole, a 20-year hole, my brother. Okay. So if you get to 40 years old and you hit that midlife crisis like I do, and you stop and look at yourself and you say, I have spent half my life working for somebody else's dream, and it is time now for me to take over and change this all. And I'm telling you right now that one land deal can make up for 20 years of bad decisions, okay? Because it'll lead you to the second one. A 50, 100,000 in your pocket 2 or 3 months into this program, all right, guys? That's just opening the stream of what happens here, because it doesn't stop. We've built it from the ground up. You built it from the ground up. And now that we've collaborated, we've got something that's unstoppable, and we're changing lives. We want to give more people the opportunity to change their lives with the land business, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit more, but you guys click the button below and fill out that form and schedule a call to talk to Anthony or Daniel or I about the land mastery mentorship that we're offering in partnership to take you guys from 0 to $1 million in a matter of weeks or months, not years. And we'll give you years of your life back, get you where you need to be, just like I was able to do for myself, just like so many of my students and your students have been able to do for themselves. Guys, the greatest thing that I've found in life is that when my name appears in somebody's testimonial, and that is not an original quote, but I've found that to be true lately, and we talked about that not too long ago, that the money doesn't even matter at this point, that what we are building is such a beautiful, beautiful framework that is just a living, breathing organism of love and positivity and support, my brother. And you had the vision, and it's bigger than you now, and you say that too, because there's so many people that have come together to create this thing. There's nowhere else for anybody to go if they want to change their mindset, be in a positive, supportive group, and do big land deals with that extra zero on the end so that our checks come $50,000, $100,000 at a time, and very frequently. Isn't that right?
I like it, man. It's such a cool business. And I think something that I'm having trouble myself grasping is that once you learn the information, you can't unlearn it.
No, you
Right?
get it.
Yeah, there's no way for you to
it.
delete it out of your
That's
mind.
right.
Like you do one deal, you get it across the finish line, and now for the rest of your whole entire life,
That's it.
you have this skill to be able to command large amounts of money in a single transaction.
The fact is that knowledge and skills are the only thing that the man cannot tax or take from you, my brother. It's right here. So once you have that, the money doesn't matter because you know that you always have the ability to produce that.
You have that skill set
Right.
now from
Yeah.
now on.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody, I was like, even if you messed up bad and you went to prison for 10 years, you get out, you still have the same skill. Like the land's not going anywhere, it's still going to be there.
Yeah, I have a student that literally came out. This was back when I had a program this program was about a $10,000 program, and it was before we had really built it out as big as it is now. But he had saved up that money, and he had a regular job. Threw it in the program, came in. He's like, I'm like, where are all those tats from? He's like, well, where do you think? I'm like, you spent some time in the joint. He's like, yeah, 15 years. And he'll make $500,000 this year. He came to me last year. So, bro, you feloned up, tattoos, whatever. You know what? My advice is to find God and to find land deals, baby. Come on.
Love it. That's a good way to put it, man. I really do think that's what it's all about. Doing the right thing, being around the right people, having the right connections. Like you said, that it's about love and positive energy and all that. Somebody's watching this video and like, oh, come on, guys. But really, if you were here at the event, that's all
you
it
like
was.
living in negativity? Go ahead.
It was lots of hugs, high fives, laughing. It was such a good time, man. And those are the kinds of people that we attract into this business.
Well, there's no egos up here, right?
Yeah.
We're playing up here, guys, and we're collaborating. We're not competing. And so the ego stuff is left behind. We support each other. We've got so many deals available to us
Very true.
that we're not in a scarcity mindset. Nobody's stabbing anybody in the back over at Hive Mind, right?
I think about that, right? So like, I'm imagining if you're doing like houses and mobile homes, I'm sure it's a pretty cutthroat game. There's not a lot of profit involved, but there was a lot of very high level people here this past weekend. Some of the biggest land names in Texas, and we're all in the same room. Not once did I feel like any of that energy, like where somebody's looking at somebody sideways. Like literally, it was like everybody taking selfies.
I think I have lunch scheduled with all of them for the next month, right?
Yeah.
We're putting heads together, right?
You
know,
go.
so that's another thing is with each event, the hive mind sheds its skin and grows a little bigger, doesn't it? I can see that now.
That's a good way to
see
put
that.
it. Yeah.
And so, where are we going to be a year from now, 2 years from now? I firmly believe that we're going to be sitting, down at City Hall talking about development with San Antonio, Bexar County, Atascosa, Wilson counties in the South Texas, because that's our backyard, and that other members of the hive mind throughout Texas are going to be sitting at the same board, in their areas, and we're going to be discussing. We're really going to be taking a large role from here on out in the development of Texas, especially other states as well. But here we have a deep sense of pride for land ownership and stewardship in Texas.
Protecting the land, protecting these lands.
That's
we're the regulators.
That's it. And so we understand, a lot of, if you're from Texas, you want to be in land and you want to make a lot of money off of land, but you want to be culturally respective of the land. And you do understand that stewardship concept of land and how generational landowners treat their land here. Then it's that idea that's going to make you so very good at what you do in the land business like us. That's why we're good at it, because we love and understand the concept of Texas land ownership in general, but in private land ownership as a whole here in America.
And let's get clear on something right now, guys. When you watch a video like this and you're saying, hey, numbers, money, oh, these guys are just trying to figure out a way to go out there and just get themselves super rich. It goes way, way beyond that. It goes us protecting the land, making sure that the water resources are properly protected, that big foreign developers don't come in here and snatch up all the land. They got to go through us first. They got to go through the hive mind first. You have to visit with us first.
I started to snowball my career very quickly this last year or so, and I was growing faster than I could really handle. And so I needed help. And so by joining with Hive Mind, it gave me speed to market. It allowed me to move fluidly and efficiently where I need to move. And y'all picked up the pieces and kind of helped me where I needed to. And in exchange for that, we're all able to take deals and share in them. And really, it takes less work. It takes me less work to do a deal now, right? Because I'm just concentrating on acquisitions and supporting the students, mentoring. So I'm able to spend 90% of my time mentoring. And I know you are able to spend a lot of time mentoring also, but you're also out there doing the multi-million-dollar subdivision deals for Hive Mind and for all of us.
Jumping the fences, jumping the barbed wire fences, going after it, really in the trenches. Yeah, we're not behind a computer screen, tapping away at keys. And of course, you can do this virtually. You had a student, a pretty big hit from Louisiana, here in Texas. So you can do it from anywhere, but literally we're out there doing it. We're in the trenches. Yeah, we're out there. I love seeing the properties personally. You don't have to buy yourself a big old diesel truck and drive all over Texas to go see the ranches. I really love to do it.
Yeah.
I like spending time on the road. I like seeing the properties. And here's the reason why. I had a ranch I was flipping over by Tyler a few years ago, and it was like 170 acres, like one of my first deals ever. Really good price, and it was like 125 or something. I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's a great price. And I forgot what the total price was, but I looked at it and I was like, I was too new, and I was like, that seems a little high, for this property. So I got out there and I drive the property, beautiful trees, dude, reaching all the way to heaven, and I'm like, what the heck? Who would sell this for that price? But I didn't have that perspective until I physically got there. And you can run comps, like I said, you can do it virtually. But
so
that just taught me,
you recognize the value and saw the opportunity because you were able to go out there. So being able to go out there and do it, there's some value there. But I have a ton of students that are just doing it virtually,
virtual, 100%
and they're
virtual.
doing it in states other than Texas.
We're your boots on the ground.
Come on,
you send it to us, we'll drive that sucker. You don't have to go see it.
Rain, sleet, or snow. It's raining outside today, but I'm heading out South San Antonio to look at a piece of property here shortly.
I was going to head towards Luling right now.
So we'll meet together at the Hive Mind compound a couple times a week, put our heads together, shoot a little bit of content, maybe sign some contracts, and then we're back out on the road looking at land. And that's the lifestyle that we love. But we've also got, colleagues and students and mentees that they're doing this from their 9 to 5. We got Ivan, who's, he's working in sales at his at a auto dealership right now, and he's able to make calls from his job, right? He's got his first deal, so he's one step closer to getting himself out of that 9 to 5, another deal, and he'll be full-time with us, and so that's the stories like this just keep happening. That was my story in the beginning as well. Everybody knows that old Rooster got a $100,000 check when he was sleeping in the back of his diesel pickup after doubling down and getting rid of my expenses and doing all these things to go fully in on land. And that's what it takes. See, the reason I've been able to come so far so fast is because 18 months ago I dropped down a chunk of money on a mentor, and he taught me some things, but ultimately it wasn't anything near what we've got going on here. And I paid way more for that, right? So it took me more time. Then I built a course out. All of this is growth happening, right, at that time. But when I ultimately found Hive Mind, I'm like, okay, I don't have to do any more of this, man. It's all right here. Just dive in, right?
I'll tell you guys one thing is our minds work exactly alike. We're pretty much good at the same basic skill set.
Yeah.
And I'm not a tech guy, right? If it wasn't for Daniel, I say this all the time, there wouldn't be a Hive Mind.
Yeah.
So now my whole back end, all of my automations, everything's all set up that I don't have to think about, because that's not my strong suit, and I don't want it to become my strong suit.
Right.
I don't want to sit at home and build websites at my kitchen table. I don't want to build landing pages.
Well, you wouldn't be doing the company or yourself any favors by doing that. Right?
So anybody can get plugged in, come on board, get everything set up that you need to get set up, whether you're a technical guy or not. You don't have to have any knowledge in that. You just put in the work, do what we do, and it seems to be working for a lot of people.
Come on, this is something that y'all been working on for a long time, with a lot of collaboration, a lot of trial by fire, trial and error, or whatever you want to call it. But there was never a mindset that there was ever any, okay, this isn't going to work. It's just you pivot, you adapt, and you keep going. And now y'all are in blue sky country, right? So I'm like, again, I think I'll join up, right? And see what I can bring to the table. So now we're cruising, life's good. And we want to give some of y'all a opportunity to come in and learn this, because we know how powerful it is. There's a few spots open right now for a mentorship that you and I and Daniel are putting together. I think this is probably the first time anything like this has ever been done.
I've never heard of it.
But you'll find the info at landmastery.com, but you can also just click right down here and fill out the form, schedule a call, and let's get you on the phone and talk about how Anthony and I can fast track your success into multi-million-dollar land deals, because that's exactly what we're doing now.
And I'll tell you guys right now, this is limited, right? Because we can't have 200 students or 300 students.
No.
So I don't know at what point we'll cut it off, when the deal flow is correct and we have just the right amount of people, but we can't take on hundreds of students. We'll never get off the phone, and that's not what we're thinking. Our main goal is to keep the main thing, and that's to do more ranches. So if you're thinking about pulling the trigger on it, definitely book the call ASAP and see what you can do to get involved with us.
Yeah, we can fit about as many people as we can fit in a limousine. That's all we're going to take, because that's what we take to celebrate after every deal.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep. If you don't fit in the car, you got to follow us on
You
Uber.
ain't going to ride. You got to wait. You got to wait till somebody either falls out or gets kicked out the other side.
No, yeah, it's a cool business, man. There's a lot of opportunity. I think we're like in one of the worst markets that the U.S. has ever seen before. Yeah. And sales are going fine. I mean, maybe they're not going as fast as they were a year ago, but they're going fantastic compared to a lot of other people's business.
The spreads are beautiful.
The spreads are amazing. So you do 1 or 2 deals a year and you're having a phenomenal year. Yeah, you don't have to worry about doing 20 or 30 deals a month.
Right. Yeah. So it's life-changing stuff, guys. I don't think you could, if you've followed Anthony or myself for the last year or so, or so many months, I think that you have an idea of what we're about. But the most thing that we're about is really trying to spread the knowledge and help. So we invite you guys to come on in. So hit that button, let's schedule a call, and let's do this thing.
Let's do it.
Come on, brother.
Regulators!
Let's go look at y'all mount up. Let's go look at a ranch.
Let's go, man.
All right, brother. So guys, if you're interested in learning about wholesaling big land deals and potentially adding another 0 to the size of your deals, then click the button, fill out the form, and schedule a call with me or Anthony from the Hive Mind. And we're going to get with you, show you exactly how we do it and how you can do it too. We're offering a mentorship right now with Rooster and Anthony that's unlike anything that's ever been done before. Click that button and we'll talk soon. Y'all have a good